What's good, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. And, free agency is coming to a close. It's not as flashy as it was a month ago. But I think every NBA fan can say the Sixers definitely had the best offseason, right? Can we say that? There's still some pieces that we need to fill in because our power forward spot is still very empty. Like, I don't want to come into a season having KJ Martin or Caleb Martin being our power forward. So, yeah, I did some research and I saw a couple of guys that are still free agents and that could really help our team right now. The first player I want to talk about is Jay Crowder. I feel like this player could really boost our forward rotation. If there's injuries with our small forwards, with a Paul George, Kelly Oubre, Caleb Martin, he can really fill in that role off on the bench. Prospect, don't matter, right? And also power forward, right? This guy's 6'6", he's a bigger body. He could play a power forward role, a small ball, I guess, but he's definitely I would say he's a better power forward than KJ Martin and Caleb Martin. I would rather have Jay Crowder play the power forward position. I think all around this guy would be very cheap, but he's a very intangibles player, right? He's like a Pat Bev. He's going to talk trash. He's going to do these little post-up hook shots. He's a decent three-point shooter. He's not great. But overall, this guy's a really good player, a player that can really contribute to winning. So, yeah, I feel like Jay Crowder is a no-brainer to me, especially since we have no power forward. This guy could play power forward for us and be a stretch power forward, which would be nice. So, yeah, man, Jay Crowder, what could go wrong? Now, if the Sixers want to go all in on shooting, I would say Doug McDermott is one of the better options out there. He's a career 41% shooter. However, he's not great at anything else, right? Rebounding, he's not great at. Defense, he's not great at. Besides shooting, offensively, he's not great at anything else. But I would compare him to he's a better version of Georges Niang, right? So I wouldn't say he's a horrible option, especially for someone off your bench or in your late rotation. Definitely throw in a Doug McDermott because that's a guy who can stretch the floor and just be a big body there. You know what I mean? He could take some charges. Just a guy who can, honestly, you just need to give minutes to. But, yeah, I would say this is not a bad signing. Obviously, stretches are very valuable in this league. So any guy that you can find that can shoot threes and it's over 6'6", yes, sign him. So, yeah, Doug McDermott. Not much to talk about because he hasn't really proven himself to be a great role player yet. But, he hasn't been on a championship contending team in his career. So that's also why. Now, Cedi Osman, if we get him, he would be our Nico Batum replacement. This guy is 6'7". He doesn't look 6'7", but he's 6'7". He's a great passer. He's played guard throughout his career. He can play point guard. He can play shooting guard. He can play small forward. And he can even play power forward because he's 6'7". So, yeah, man, I think Osman would be a great pickup because we need a player like this, like a Nico Batum, a guy who can pass the ball and he's very unselfish. He's team basketball oriented. He plays solid defense. He plays the passing lanes pretty well. He's a coach player. I don't know. I just feel like Cedi Osman's just a great all-around role player, man. And he needs to be on a good team at this point of his career. There's no point of him playing on bad teams. I just really hope we can find a player and get a player like Osman because he's just a team player. And at this point, we don't need a 20-point per game scorer. We don't need, I would take a guy who gets 12 boards. I think rebounds different. But we don't need a freaking scorer. We need people to fill in and play the role that they need to play. And this guy just plays that role ever since, he was drafted with the Cavs. He's always played a team-oriented role. So, yeah, man, I really think this is the best option. If I have all these people I'm showing you, Osman is definitely the best option in my eyes. Another option is Bismack Biyombo. We have a lot of centers, but there's never too much centers. There's never too much height. He's 6'8". He's not like the tallest center, but I feel like we just need another big body, a guy who can come in there. He's a veteran. He's played on many teams, many different rosters. Yes, just give us a Bismack Biyombo, honestly. I just want to see a bunch of big men. And if we get him, it's going to be completely different from last year. Because last year we had Mo Bamba and Paul Reed as our backup. Mo Bamba and Paul Reed. Paul Reed were our backups last year. We already have better backups. We have Andre Drummond. Adembona, I guess. But I feel like we just need another big man. A Bismack Biyombo. We just need one other one. And then our backups are set. Adembona will probably be playing G League next year, which I don't mind. And guys, let's remember this, right? As Sixers fans, I really believe we're going to make it past the second round. I think this is going to be our year. But yeah, I mean, I think we say this every year, but let's keep this in mind, right? We just replaced Tobias Harris with Paul George. Just keep that in mind. Every time you have second thoughts, keep that in mind. We replaced Tobias Harris with Paul George. Tobias Harris, a guy who I'm pretty sure he averaged like 7 points in the playoffs against the Knicks, compared to a guy who's never averaged 7 points in he's always averaged more than 10. I mean, I know that's not a lot, but he's not gonna drop 0 ball games like Tobias did, and he can actually play defense as well. So yeah, man, that kind of helps me recover from all the Sixers losses. I'm like, okay, well, next year definitely will be the year, right? But yeah, man, that's gonna be it for this video. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.